So to find the conjugate of this given complex number, we can follow two methods. One is first you find the conjugate and then later you convert that into a plus ib form. The other method is first you convert this complex number into a plus ib form and then write the conjugate of it. Both the methods are fine, but sometimes what happens if you convert this into a plus ib form, after converting into a plus ib form, you'll forget that you need to find the conjugate of it, and then you won't write the last step and you lose marks. That's why you need to be careful in writing conclusion. So first, if you simplify this, 3 minus 2i into 2 plus 3i by 1 plus 2i into 2 minus I. We need to multiply with the conjugate of denominator to convert this into a plus ib form. Let us multiply with 1 minus 2i and 2 plus I in the numerator and denominator. 1 minus 2i and 2 plus I. Then these two becomes 1 square plus 2 square, and these two becomes again 1 square plus 2 square. The numerators you multiply 3 2s are 6 plus 3 3s are 9i minus 4i and minus 6i square. This is 1, and these two also you multiply. 2 1s are 2 and 1 i's are I, minus 2i minus 4i, and then what is it, minus 2i square by denominator 1 plus 2i into 1 minus 2i is 1 square plus 2 square, and then 2 minus I into 2 plus I is 2 square plus 1 square. Now if you simplify this, I square is minus 1, minus in minus plus 6, 6 plus 6 12, 9 minus 4 5 plus 5i into I square is minus 1, minus in minus plus 2, 2 plus 2 4, minus 3i by 5 into 5 25. And now again you multiply the numerator, 12 into 4 48 minus 36i and then plus 20i minus 15i by 25. So equal to 48 or 25 I square, 15 I square. I square is minus 1, minus and minus plus 15. 48 plus 15, 50, 63. Minus 36 minus 20, 69 by 25. But the question asked is the conjugate of it. See what happens after doing long calculation, you feel like you're done with the problem. You need to be careful. So you just simplified the given complex number. Therefore, conjugate of given complex number equal to 63 by 25 plus 16 by 25 I. The first bit, first we need to convert into a plus ib form. Then it is easy for us to find the argument or modulus. So first complex number, let us name this as z, equal to multiply with the conjugate of it. The conjugate of it in the sense conjugate of the denominator, which is 1 plus I by 1 plus I, which is equal to numerator 1 plus I whole square 1 square 1 I square plus 2I by 1 square plus 1 square. 1 and minus 1 get cancelled. 2I by 2, which is equal to I. We know that the modulus of z, modulus of I is 1. I is basically 0 comma minus 1. The distance of 0 comma minus 1 from origin is 1 unit. And the argument, we know that for purely imaginary complex number, the argument is pi by 2, because that lies on the positive y-axis. So we're done with the first part. Coming to the second part, 1 by 1 plus I. Again, you multiply with the conjugate of the denominator. So you remind with 1 minus I in the numerator, denominator is 1 square plus 1 square. So this is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2I. So this again, let Z equal to this. So to convert this into polar form, the mod Z equal to under root 1 by 2 the whole square plus 1 by 2 the whole square. It is equal to root 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 1 by 2, which is 1 by root 2. And the regular formula, sine theta equal to y by r. Y is minus 1 by 2. R is mod Z, which is equal to minus 1 by root 2. Cos theta equal to x by r. X is 1 by 2. R is 1 by root 2. So this will becomes 1 by root 2. So you got sine negative, cos positive. It's possible only in the fourth quadrant. Theta belongs to Q4. And then you can start with one of the values. Sine theta is equal to minus 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2. Don't bother about the minus sign. Just write the value of 1 by root 2, which is sine pi by 4. Now, because the principal interval for the argument is minus pi to pi, you push the minus inside. So you can also write this minus sine pi by 4 as sine of 2 pi minus pi by 4. But if you write 2 pi minus pi by 4, that value will exceeds pi. The argument will have a restriction for the principal argument to lie between minus pi to pi. That's why we are taking like this. And then the same minus pi by 4, if you verify this equation, cos of minus pi by 4 also, you'll get 1 by root 2. So the argument of Z equal to minus pi by 4. We did similar problems to this in exercise and example, miscellaneous exercise, I think. So now, if you see the given information x plus iy, the required equation contains x square plus y square. So if you try to connect the x plus iy complex number and x square plus y square, so the x square plus y square is the square of the modulus of x plus iy. So when you have x plus iy equal to a plus ib by a minus ib, so take the modulus on both sides equal to the modulus of a plus ib by a minus ib. Now the modulus of x plus iy is root of x square plus y square. But here mod z1 by mod z2 formula is there. Using that formula, this is mod z1 by mod z2. So you can write mod a plus ib. No need to worry about converting this into a plus ib form and then finding the modulus. You can use this property. And the next step, this becomes root of a square plus b square. And even the denominator becomes root of a square plus b square. So this both get cancelled and 1. But the final answer they want us x square plus y square, and squaring both sides. X square plus y square equal to 1. The question asked is to find the theta value such that this is purely real. So we know that Z is purely real if imaginary part of Z equal to 0. If the imaginary part is not there, then automatically it will be purely real. So to use this condition, first you need to convert this into a plus ib form. That's why 3 plus 2i sine theta by 1 minus 2i sine theta into 1 plus 2i sine theta by 1 plus 2i sine theta equal to 3 into 1 3 plus 3 into 2 6i sine theta plus 2i sine theta plus 4i square sine square theta by 1 plus 4 sine square theta on minus actually. How? Okay, directly we have formula, no? A plus ib into a minus ib, a square plus b square. A square is 1 square, b square is 2 sine theta whole square. Now the I square is minus 1, minus 4. So 3 minus 4 sine square theta by 1 plus 4 sine square theta plus 6 sine theta by 1 plus 4 sine square theta into I. So once you get this, let us name this as Z. So purely real they are given. So for that, imaginary part of Z should be equal to 0.
Sir,
Yeah.
shouldn't it?
So this is 8 sine theta. So imaginary part of Z equal to 0. So 8 sine theta by 1 plus 4 sine square theta equal to 0. See, a fraction equal to 0 if the numerator is 0. But at the same time, when the numerator is 0, denominator cannot be 0. If you see the sine square theta minimum value itself is 0. So the minimum value of denominator is 1. So the denominator can never be 0. So no need to worry about the 0 by 0 possibility. So directly we can write the fraction is 0 only if the numerator is 0. Sine theta is equal to 0. You learn the general solution in trigonometry. Theta equal to n pi, n belongs to Z. So they're given a complex number and asking us to convert into polar form. Actually, after learning that extra properties from the complex number, that's cis theta and all, you can convert the numerator into polar form. Once you get the numerator into polar form, cis theta 1 by cis theta 2, cis of theta 1 minus theta 2 you can do, and you can get the answer. No need to worry about converting this into a plus ib form. But as it is a descriptive, let us use the descriptive method only. Even in that method also, what I do is I will realize the denominator first. I mean, multiply with the conjugate of the denominator first. Then I will think about writing the values of sine pi by 3 and cos pi by 3. Because sine pi by 3 and cos pi by 3 are not a simple number. They are fractions with roots and all. That's why I don't want to substitute when they are in the denominator. I will multiply with cos pi by 3 minus I sine pi by 3. Numerator and denominator. Minus. Then the numerator I minus 1 into, now I will write what is cos pi by 3. What is that? 1 by 2 minus I root 3 by 2. Whole divided by denominator. See how simple it is, the calculation. Cos square pi by 3. You don't need to write the values of cos pi by 3 and all. Cos square pi by 3 plus sine square pi by 3, which is 1. Numerator, if you do the simplification, I into half I by 2 minus I square root 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus means plus root 3 by 2 I whole divided by 1. Now this I square is minus 1 into minus plus root 3 minus 1 by 2 plus root 3 plus 1 by 2 I. We know that when you're converting into polar form, first you'll find the modulus of it. Let us find the modulus of Z. Mod Z is equal to under root 3 minus 1 by 2 the whole square plus root 3 plus 1 by 2 the whole square. What will be that? The denominator is 4. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square numerator. 2 times of a square plus b square. A square is 3, b square is 1, which is equal to root 2. So we know that we need to, the mod Z is R. Then the other values, sine theta is y by R. Sine theta is y by R. Y is what? Root 3 plus 1 by 2 by 2 root 2. Cos theta equal to x by R. X is what? Root 3 minus 1 by 2 by root 2. 2 root 2. We know the values of this in trigonometry. Sine 75 degrees is root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. cos 75 degrees root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Both are positive values. So first quadrant value you can write directly as the sine of 75 degrees can be written as 5 pi by 12. So therefore, argument of z equal to theta equal to 5 pi by 12. And this is modulus r equal to this. So polar form z equal to r cos theta cos 5 pi by 12 plus I sine 5 pi by 12. But sometimes this is the general method that we follow. Sometimes what we can do is if you identify the fact that this is something near to the cos of some angle some value, and this is near to the sine of some value, you know that root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2 is kind of cos 75. So when you know that, here itself you can multiply with root 2 and divide with root 2. If you have that point in your mind, if you could identify the fact that root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2 is a known trigonometric function value, and this one is just one step away from that. If you identify that fact, then you can directly write like this and directly write root 3 into cos 5 pi by 12 plus I sine 5 pi by 12. So when you know that, you can directly write it. We need not to worry about doing all this, because the question asked is only to convert this into polar form. So there is no need of showing that r value separately and theta value separately. Directly when you can do,